Hello, everyone. Darren here, and on today's episode of WotC Academy, we're going to look at yet another map walkthrough. This one is going to be Westfield. Westfield is one of the older maps in the game. It's been around since, goodness me, I don't even know. It's been around that long, and this is a map that some people kind of like. There is a very good way of playing the map and winning. It's very, tried, true, and tested. And then there's the occasional other method that kind of has very like 50-50 chance of success. So we're going to try and shed some light on exactly how the map is supposed to be played, strategically speaking. And then we'll also kind of cover, if you decide to take that 50-50 chance route, what you can do there. So other than that, I'm joined here with my assistants, Yezdi, Pontiac, Pat, and Mac. They will be assisting me in various explanations throughout the video. And of course, we're going to have the first half be from whatever side I start on, and then the second half will be from the opposite side. So let's get started. Relatively quickly, while we wait for my assistant to load in, Artie tends to be pretty much kind of like back here. I have seen Artie go as far as G1, and I've seen them go about as far as right K34. Now, speaking of, really quickly, I'm going to cover light tanks here first. Yezdi is doing one of two correct methods for light tanks, and we're going to follow Yezdi here. The first method, which is very helpful in case you have like half your team for some reason going up the hill that I will colloquially call the non-existent hill, because I do not count that hill as existing. I really do not think it should be part of the map, but it's there anyway, and people still go there. So, as a light tank here, this is roughly where you, this is one of the routes that you can go to help your assistant, your team, for spotting vehicles over here. So, you could post up in any of these many bushes. You could be a more active scout, and you can just drive around like a crazy person and just drive until you spot enough people, and then flip around and go back the way you came and just continuously go, make loops and everything else. That's pretty much the middle play. That's pretty much it. If you're a stealthy medium, and I mean absolutely stealthy medium, you could probably post up here in some of these bushes by the town and then get some cross shots. But beyond that, light tanks kind of rule the middle valley area. Now we're going to go to, we're going to pretty much be starting to where the correct method of playing this map would be. Some could argue that's correct, but, this has the highest chance of success in winning this map. So, heavy tanks, tank destroyers, medium tanks, gun depression, no gun depression. Arguably, you should be going here. You should be going to the big hill of the map. Why? Because this is the greatest chance that you're going to find most of the enemy team. And if you control this portion of the map on this side of the valley, you will have map control and the greatest amount of map control over the enemy team, which means that you could literally then dictate and force the enemy team into a corner. So, tanks with gun depression, fight on this ridgeline over here, fight over on this little mound of rocks here. If you got the turret armor to do it, fight IS-7s. Tanks that don't have a whole lot of gun depression can fight in this little defilade right here. Same thing on this little side of the defilade, and even mediums and other gun depression can fight on this ridge as well here. TDs, sniper TDs I have seen over here. Definitely keep an eye out, as that is the spot, and some artillery may counter battery you if they suspect you're over there. Once you win this hill, smart move to do is to kind of hug this back way over here, because you put yourself into a tiny defilade, and then fight, get rid of anything that is over here, clear out pretty much this side of the town. Light tanks probably are going to help, that are in the valley over there are going to probably help spot those tanks over there. And you just kind of fight on the hill here until you push off the tanks here. Once that happens, relatively two methods that you can do here. Because at this point, if you have won this hill, you have pretty much gained total map control because you've controlled the big hill. You have taken over the town. You have the ability to push the enemy out of the town. You have the ability to rush down in relatively safety along the border here and take out their artillery that they are hiding. And then it's kind of easy pickings here. Provided your light tank is still alive, Yezdi, please follow me. Enemy, please go over onto the other side of the hill. So we're going to say la-di-da-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-da-di-da. We have fought over there. We've won. We pushed the enemy team off of the A23 hill. They've all died or they've fallen back. We've pushed them out of the town. And so now we have map control. At this point, if your light tank is still alive and just so happens to be hugging the Middle Valley area and you have map control, that light tank, hopefully they know what they're doing, and will push straight down through the valley and up the other side where you're more than likely the enemy team is still going to be hiding along the these like little mounds of hill rock cliff face thing along the edge of this hill. And the light tank over there gonna push straight down and hopefully spot the rest of the team that is... Oh, Jesus, I did not mean to one-shot. Anyway, that's why I have insurance. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully your light tank is there. He can obviously spot the rest of the enemy, allowing you and your team to pretty much clean up here. And just in case, chances are that the enemy may be back there still if they won that corner, and in which case you just simply dive straight down. Once the enemies have been hiding along these rocks and little minuscule bits of cover, push down into the valley if you're fast enough and just come up on the other side and start clearing them out. It's relatively simple because at that point it would be a relatively big corner, but you at that point, if you win this entire section, you have effectively put the entire enemy team in this big corner right here. Now, I mean, there's still a chance if you aren't smart about it and you guys just sit there and get spotted, there's a chance that they could turn that around, whittle your guys' health down, and just, win the game by attrition that way and playing it smart. That is why your light tank kind of needs to stay alive. So that way they can keep continuous spots, keep them in cover and cornered, so that way you can move down the valley and come up through one of these many openings in this side of the hill and take care of them that way. Alrighty. We're going to now cover this side of the non-existent hill. And we're going to, what should you do if you go this way? Light tanks, medium tanks, heavy tanks, tank destroyers. It doesn't matter. If you go this way, I have to recommend you don't go this way. But if you decide to go this way anyway, this is what you need to do. And it is absolutely imperative that you do this. And I mean absolutely imperative. I'm going to start here. So if you come this way, under no reason, and I mean zero reason at all, should you be stopping here. Nor should you be stopping there. You should be pressing on as far as you can go to there. You should be going there. This should be your goal. No matter what you do, you should be trying to get here. If you let the enemy team take this, you've lost. Absolutely lost this corner. You are not winning this. You are not. You are now forever stuck there. That is as far as you will go. And chances are you will not be peeking your head out anytime soon. Because The enemy team's going to be having people probably that also decided to do the same thing, camping over there, and if you poke your head out, you're just going to get blapped by something. So your best bet is to not let the enemy team take this corner. You should be trying to take this corner, because now you have solid cover that you can duck behind. If you got the gun depression, you can poke up, you can shoot whatever's over there, and then you can duck back down. You're still kind of open to Artie, but you can, if Artie's not paying attention, you can, poke out and shoot. And you have now forced the enemy team back over there by the bridge or behind this hill. They can't move, and anyone that is on this hill probably will not be able to go back. They are not, stuck behind that hill. Why? Because you have now taken the point of contention on this side of the map. This hill is absolutely pivotal to winning this side. If you fail to take it, your best bet is to completely abandon this hill. Completely abandon it. And just try and go back onto the other side. Because then that way you can farm the enemy team as they cross the open trying to get to your base. From the safety of the big hill. Very, very simple. If you happen to win this and push them off, same thing. You got an absolute clear shot, anything retreating, and probably where there already is. You might have a couple tanks hiding over here that will get some counter shots on you, but for the most part, you've done your job. You have done your job. You could probably play it safe just sitting right here for like the rest of the game. Or try and push up and help the rest of the team over there. But that's pretty much how you play from the southwestern side of this map. Very simple. And we're going to move on to the north side. So, time to eliminate myself, or the other or Matt can eliminate himself, and I'll see you on the north spawn. All right, so we are here on the northeastern spawn now, and while we're waiting for my teammate to load in, this map pretty much same here from the north side, just a couple different positions. It plays almost exact same objectives. So this will probably be a very quick rehash here. So same thing. Artie tends to kind of just be in this general L that you can see here. This is pretty much it. But we're gonna go up to the big hill again. Same thing. So. Anyway, like I said, plays pretty much the exact same. Your objective here should be to take the big hill. And we're going to go up the big hill because it's easier for me to transition, but Yezdi, same thing. Light tanks, fastest route, one of two routes available to you is to straight through under the bridge and up the hill. Try and counter spot the light tanks that are probably going to make a run there from the enemy team. Push them off. I wouldn't duel with them this early. I wouldn't. So, and that's just a general note for both sides. Just kind of play the touchy-feely game. So, yeah, light tanks come over here, hide in the bushes, do whatever. Fast camouflage medium tanks. I have found this spot to be helpful. Particularly, same thing with this bush and that bush, depending on how camouflagey I am. And that is kind of like the same thing for both sides there. So yeah, light tanks, very fast camouflage mediums. This is where one of the options that you can go to. Now, assuming that we are a, anything else, again, the little nice hill maze configuration we got over there. TDs, strong hull, superstructure TDs, even the camouflage ones, that hill. Keep an eye out, so it's pretty much kind of the same thing, just opposite hills. Gun depression, no gun depression, head here. Why? Because it's a numbers game up here on the big hill. That is just a general piece of information. The key to winning this hill, aside from technique and skill, is completely numbers. It's at that point you're using your numbers as kind of a psychological effect. Chances are, if like 2 or 3 heavy tanks come up here, but like 10 of your tanks come up here, they are going to be so much more concerned about staying alive and not trying to fight you over this hill than they would be about falling back and playing defensively along their ridge line, which at that point is just basically you've won. You've won this hill that simply. And you can spot them for your artillery. If you got the, you spam HE at their turrets, whatever. So yes, it is an absolute numbers game when it comes to this. And this is why I'm like, if you have gun depression, if you don't have gun depression, come up here. Because even then, you have 2 spots to where if you have some gun depression, you can fight this road here, that road over there. And then if you got the gun depression, you could fight this middle ridge over there. You could fight over there on that rock thing. So yeah, if you win at that point, same route, go this way. Go this way, go hull down, fight this way because it's very wide and open. And you can shoot at whatever's over there, the snipers that are there, over there trying to help the team that decided to go over there. And yeah, you can get some very nice cross shots on the open. And then once you do that, same thing, just push them. It helps to push along the road right there because you got that hill that you can use as hold down cover, shoot down on them. Probably by this point you've spotted the enemy artillery unless they fleed over to that hill over there that doesn't exist. And yeah, same exact thing. You just kind of like push up. You have some actual more effective hull down positions here that you can use to shoot at whatever fell back down there or whatever is probably stuck when I find it. Whatever is probably stuck over there or over here. Because chances are they're probably stuck over on one of those 2 hills. So yes, now, again, same situation. If my opponents can go over to one of those 2 like little outcropping rock hill things that I pointed out to over there earlier, that would be great. And once we won, Yezdi, of course, here is going to go straight through the middle of the valley, and he's going to go and try and spot the enemies that are undoubtedly still stuck over there on that side. So yeah, take one of those routes. Going to go up there, probably spot something that's clearly not there yet. Watch for trees that are getting knocked down. So, you know, I'm hulled down. I may be spotted, but I can, again, retreat. And Yezdi can there. He spots something. Oh, no, the mediums or the lights are out in the open. I'll just shoot them for my TDs and teammates to, you know, shoot them and stuff. And lo and behold, they're now hiding. They're in cover. They won't peek their heads out. I'm going to take the fight to them. Or I can go cap base if I want. You know, one of the two. One of the two. I prefer to just go take the fight to them. Oh no, I took damage. My teammates are not doing their job, but that's okay. So yeah, take the fight to them. They're now hiding. They are effectively put into a corner. We're going to pretend Mac is over here still, hiding in the corner like Pat. Yeah, again, same objective. Same objective, just eliminate or cap the base, keep them in this corner, and you have effectively won. So, there we go. Now we're going to go to, we're playing Ring Around the Rosie, I see. All right. Play that game too. So, we're going to go, and we're going to do the same thing that I did here. Now, the risky part, and I can see why a lot of people stop short with this, is those lights there on that hill more than likely will spot you trying to get to that hill, especially if you're a big lumbering heavy tank, which is why I'm like, don't even bother going here in anything unless you're a fast medium or a light tank. Or, God, I would hope the light tanks don't go this way because you're not helping the majority of the map. So, yeah, you come up here. You are wanting to be a sniper TD that helps, you know, push this or whatever. So you can hide along here And you could initially hide along here if you are just any tank that decided to come up here. Sniper TDs and stuff, I can see you staying here the whole time. So yeah, wait for your your team light tanks to go and spot the whatever is over there on the ridge. You could put shots into them, then fall back down there to relative safety. But that's if you're a TD. Excuse me. Probably one of three. There's two. Sorry. But yeah, if you're a fast medium, we're going to pretend right now the Action X is crazy fast, but it's decently fast. Again, your job is to not get stuck there. Your job is to hug with, like your life depends on it. Hug, the safety of these trees, the border, and get here. Get here. Your objective is this hill. This hill. It is imperative that you take this hill, and that is the same, I'm going to stress this, for both teams that decide to come up here. Because now you've got an angle to get to you. They have to expose themselves, or, they're going to stay there. And now you've literally just let them, they can't take it. They can't take it. You failed to take it, you're now camping over there for, to get shot in the sides, rear, or whittled down by artillery. So, yeah. Again, that's pretty much it. Then, of course, you could push, that way. Or you could, sit here and clean up and then cross down to the valley and then help take out whatever over there. So that's pretty much it for Westfield. There's just a couple points I want to stress again. If you take the middle, the big hill, this area right here, this is pretty much the most important part of the map. Some people might argue differently. By all means, feel free to debate it in the comments. But that's the control. If you take the big hill, you control the map, and you can effectively corner the enemy on this side of the hill. If your team is coordinated enough and your light tank is still alive, you can push through. Please excuse the motorcycle if you hear it. Push through the valley, come up here, and then just whittle down the team, or do that and cap the base. Although I don't know why you'd do both. So, yeah. And then, if you take the non-existent hill, you decide to come up here for whatever reason, really only super fast mediums, some sniper TDs should be coming up here. Your objective for both sides is that hill. If you fail to take it, you have failed this side of the map. There is no defending this side of the map because now you are stuck in positions because you have to cross open ground, and you will get spotted by whatever over here. So that is and then the last tip, really don't just the middle here. I've occasionally seen some heavy tanks come through the middle here on both teams. Limited success. Sometimes I've seen it work. Sometimes it's literally they just get straight up destroyed by whatever over here. So, yeah. Don't do it unless you are literally just doing it for the lulz and don't expect to actually succeed. But yeah, that does it for Westfield. A very symmetrical play style to this map. The objective is very, very clear for both flanks of the map. And, yeah, that does it for this video. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe. And if you have some other tips or you don't exactly agree with the walkthrough that I've given, feel free to, give your own thoughts and input in the comments section below. And I also would like to thank my assistants Yezdi, Mac, and Pontiac Pat for helping me out for this map walkthrough. And, yeah, until next time, this has been Darren of WotC Academy.